Mark Rubio is out of the election, right? He's out. He's out. Yeah, I'm wearing the glasses. I should have been sleeping, but I'm sick. I have a cold, and I realized that I think the spray I'm using on my nose is making me a little hyper. So I watched Gotham today, and I feel like a couple shows I'm done with. Even I have to watch the rest of Better Call Saul, but a lot of shows are not keeping me riveted anymore. Now it's 12:33. I should be sleeping because I got to be up early, and I'm not. So I need to go to sleep. I actually watched. I think it was called The Program, a movie last night. Stephen Frears did about Lance Armstrong, and the documentary was much better. The movie didn't show as much as I wanted it to. I thought, and I'm blanking on his name again, but the actor who played Lance. I mean, he didn't do an accent. I guess he didn't do an accent, but he was really solid. And there was a kid who was in Breaking Bad who was really good in it. It was a good cast. It was a good cast. I liked it. I mean, the cast, the movie, just it zipped through stuff. Wasn't crazy about it. And they say Trump doesn't have enough of the votes going into the convention because, and you see, I'm not really into politics, but the guy who beat him in Ohio. So they're all like fighting over. They're screwing up the party because there's so many people, taking the votes away from each other. But I think Ted Cruz is not winning anything, so I think he's pretty much done. Yeah, nobody likes him, they said. This weather's kind of crazy. It was like cold and whatever, and everybody's sick. One of my friends, he's sick in the city. He's been sick for weeks. I just talked to one of my other friends today. He's sick. He's been sick, he said, for 20 days. So there's something going around. I haven't worked out. It's funny, too, you don't eat a lot of stuff anymore, and I was craving, like, the cookies, my snickerdoodles I make. I don't have any, and I'm sick, and I really don't want to touch a lot of stuff, so. But I am going a little cuckoo not working out. But that's the way it goes. So, Fairleigh got their butts kicked. It was 11-0, down 11 zip before you knew it. 40-19 at the half. They made a little run. I think they were down by 16 at one point, and the guy couldn't make a three, couldn't make a layup. They almost, they looked like they never went on the run. And poof, that was it. Lost by 31. Seth Davis said, not scintillating basketball, it wasn't. Then I put in the second game was blowing out. And they were talking how Vandy just kind of gave up at the end of the game. Which I don't understand, I mean, it's always one guy. Some guy has a big game some guy, who had a big game? Well, one guy was averaging, I think, one of the guys for Florida Gulf Coast. Well, their leading scorer he had a big game. And then another guy was only averaging 5. He had a big game. But they just were bigger. I mean, Fairleigh looked tiny on the court against them. And it's interesting. They had all these different rating systems and the only team with a lower rating than Fairleigh Dickinson was Holy Cross, which lost 19 games this year. And I was like, and there was a huge disparity between Florida Gulf Coast and FDU. Like I think 90 teams between the two of them, between almost 90. It showed. Yeah, they never looked good. When Potts and Anderson, their two leading scorers, had 55 in the title game, NEC title game. Tonight they had 27, and it really was like it was nothing. Even Anderson felt that. I didn't even say, it's 7 minutes left. His season was done. But they're sophomores. They're young guys. So I think they can come back next year. I'd be pissed. I'd go home, watch tape, and I'd start working my ass off. That's what I'd be. I'd be like, screw that. That's what they talk about, some guys. When they lost that game, the next season started the next day. They were like, we're ready. They said the bitter taste some athletes talk about. They said they never wanted to feel that way again, and they came back on a mission. Depends. Only sophomores, they got 2 more years. These guys don't go pros early anyway, but they could do, I mean, anything's possible. Hey, nobody picked them to even, they lost 15 in a row last year. They made a tournament game this year. Nothing to hang their heads down about. But they'll learn from it. Go for it, FDU. Gotta love you guys. All right? And I really want them to play Carolina. I was kind of like, ooh, my two alma maters playing each other would have been cool, but shit didn't happen. All right. Peace out.
tired. I'm going to bed.